Hi Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, and Ascendant. This is Dane, and I am going to be doing your October 16th to the 31st, 2022 reading for you. Now I ask if this reading resonates with you. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. If you're interested in any of the cards that I'm using, they will all be listed in the description box below. Now before we begin this reading, I want to apologize for my voice. I have a bit of a cold, so do bear with me. And now let's clear the energy space, raising our own energy vibration and releasing any negativity. This cleanse and meditation will be accompanied by a loud sound. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. Releasing all negativity from the body like storm clouds. Letting yourself feel calm, centered, and at peace as we enter into this safe and loving space. So let's see the energy that we have to be mindful of during this time. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels. So we have the Two of Swords. There's a choice that's going to need to be made during this time, and we kind of are looking at things very black and white, very much like it has to be this way or it has to be that way. And we're not really going to be seeing any roads in between, and that's going to be a failing on our part. We need to look at things, not just what we see, not just what we believe should be where, like, we're believing something should be where it's supposed to be. And Spirit is saying here, no, open up your mind because it might be where it's supposed to be, but there's a bigger path, there's a bigger idea coming forward. Don't undersell yourself, but also it's kind of like get out of the same loop. You're going through a loop, you're going through a cycle, and it keeps on going over and over again. And Spirit's saying here, yeah, it's time to cut it. It's time to stop it. And if you see the two swords, they can be like scissors. They can cut the loop. And that's what Spirit is really saying is quite important here. So let's see what the tarot has to say. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. You see all of that? Good. Okay. So what's very interesting here is that you have a lot of insight coming forward. I'm just going to move these back a bit. Okay. You have a lot of insight coming forward, but you have a lot of burdens that you've been carrying for quite some time. I don't feel like this is a burden that you're just starting to carry now. It's like you've carried this and it was either like you were the peacemaker in your house or you saw yourself as the peacemaker of this situation. And now there is a sense here that it's time for this to stop. You're not in control of everybody else's chaos, or you can't soothe everybody else's chaos, nor should you try to. So just be very aware of this, okay, during this time. You have the Ten of Swords, you have the Hierophant, you have the Seven of Swords, you have the Five of Wands, and you have the High Priestess. This is all crowned with the Knight of Pentacles. Now, the Knight of Pentacles means that we're moving forward towards our prosperity, but we are moving forward slowly. So we're going to be heading in the direction that we want, but it is going to take us more time than we had originally thought it would. And that could be something that we find a little bit frustrating during this time, because we can think, okay, I'm supposed to be there now, instead of slowly and steadily making a really profound, sturdy path. There is a sense, like I just hear Roman road. So Roman roads were made and they last like forever, but they were made slowly. So here, it is a sense that you're building something that will last for an astoundingly long time, and you need to be proud of that. Instead of being frustrated with yourself, oh, I'm not there yet, or it's not where I thought it should be right now, you're getting to that place, and you will be at that place shortly. But it is going to take its time, and in the long run, Spirit's saying you're doing really great and you're moving really quickly. Just in our earthly time, it's going to feel frustrating. So just be aware of this, because again, you're carrying a burden, and there's some sort of understanding of an intuition that is coming forward. You have the Hierophant and the High Priestess. In old decks, the High Priestess was also known as the female pope. The Hierophant is the male pope. The High Priestess is the female pope. So there is some sort of spiritual awakening, spiritual understanding, and that is going to be a very good thing for you. You're going to really love this. There is a sense of opening up to knowledge, opening up to greater insight, and who is more curious than a Sagittarius? I mean, come on. There's just this level of, I need to know and I need to figure it out. And so that energy is very much coming forward. With the 10 of Swords, okay? The 10 of Swords is overkill. Okay, we can be thinking about something over and over and over again. We can be beating ourselves up about something. We should have changed something. Some situation we should have known better. We should have done this differently, done that differently. We can fill our whole life with regrets. We can. And Spirit's saying, that's no way to live. This is a time where we're going to see everything that we have been through, all the hurts, all the pains, all the disappointments. It has actually forged us into a stronger human being. I'm just seeing that forge, that sword going into the forge. When we think about the swords, the way swords are crafted is through being put under a tremendous amount of heat and a tremendous amount of pressure with the hammering of them. And everything has to be kind of just right. So you don't get that hairline fracture in the sword. You don't get the steel warping. You don't get things breaking, shattering. So even though it looks like, oh, this should be simple, it's an astoundingly complex craft that takes a really long time to master. And so during this time, when we're looking at certain things, we're going to be thinking, I should be there already. That's where that, kind of frustration comes with the Knight of Pentacles, because we're sitting there and it's like, I should be there already. I should be moving forward towards this. And yet this is taking my time. And Spirit is saying you're building something with an astoundingly firm foundation. All the hurts, all the pains, all the disappointments you have been through, they're not for nothing. And though sometimes we have lived through horrors that don't have any real explanation to them, they just don't, okay? There's a level of healing that you are going through, but there's also a power of your own individual spirit and the power of the intuition that you have that is coming forward. There is a sense that you can make some people nervous, Sagittarius, sometimes. Not that you deserve anything bad to happen to you. Spirit wants to make that perfectly clear. So if you're in a bad situation and you're being hurt or abused in any way, get out if you can. Get out, get help. Get out. That's coming through very clearly. And I don't know who that's for, but you have an insight, you have an intuition, and that can get that person mad. I mean, that can get that person who wants to be so in control of everything. They just can't be in control of this aspect of you. I don't know for some if this happened when you were little or if this is happening now. Spirit's saying it's time for you to break free, and it's time for you to embrace your peace, okay? And that's a very intense message. I do know it's coming through very intensely. So just be very aware of that. The repeat of the number 5 is a freedom number. And so we're going to be seeing here that this is a time where we don't want to be put in a box. We don't want to be told we have to be just like this. We want to embrace our freedom. The Hierophant is saying we're not reinventing the wheel. What we're good at. It's not like, oh my gosh, we just invented a whole new field or a whole new, way of doing something. It's that we have taken the way people do things and we've elevated it. We've kind of made it our own. We've taken it and we've shaped it. And we're shaping ourselves right now. And there's a sense here where we're taking bits of knowledge from different places, bits of things that have been, I want to say, it's kind of like institutionalized, right? Because the Hierophant represents the institutions. But we're taking a bit of this knowledge here, a bit of this knowledge there, and we're culminating it into something that is very purposeful for us, very powerful for us. And it leads us to the 7 of Swords. It leads us to really looking at lies, hurts, deceptions, pains, deceits that we're not following anymore. Now, we can be finding that there's a person in our life who they just lie. And it can be just who they are. They're more comfortable with lies than they are with the truth. They always come up with a new story, and they might not even know that they're doing it. They might have, kind of something wrong with them where it's just hard for them to stay in reality. That could be the case. But we're also looking at things and saying, I'm not dealing in these lies anymore. I'm not dealing in this chaos anymore. For some of us, it is lies that we were raised with. It is hurts and pains that have followed us for a very long time. And we're starting to realize it because our intuition is so deep during this time. Our instincts are so strong that we're opening up to where we need to be for us. And we're saying, you know what? I'm done with this. I'm done with this chaos following me. I'm done with this way moving forward. And we can see that we're shattering that tie to chaos, because we do have a tie to chaos that is coming forward. And this is going to be one of those moments where we can choose to keep this chaos tie, or we can choose to walk forward in our own knowledge, in our own understanding, in our own purpose, in our own path, and say, I need to be here for me. I need to move forward for me. I need to embrace this path, and I need to, see what becomes of what I love in my life and what I need for myself. So the Five of Wands is also coming forward and telling us, okay, there might be discord at work, okay, with things that we love. We might find that, things are demanding too much of our time and we're having trouble, balancing everything out. We can also find that people are just a little bit more on edge, a little bit snippy, a little bit sabotagey. Okay, they kind of want to see us fall and fail. So we have to be very mindful of that, because these are arguments that can start off really lighthearted, jokey, and then they just blow out of hand and they can turn into vendettas. So just be very mindful. The High Priestess, we're having the veil lifted from our eyes. The High Priestess sees, but she sees deeper, okay? She sees deeper than what people even expect her to see. So people show us what they want us to perceive in life, how they want us to perceive them. And yet we see deeper. We see deeper than that. We see beyond the smiles that people are trying to portray when really they're, scowling monsters. We see deeper. And this is going to be a time where we're using that insight, we're using that ability to see deeper and deeper and deeper into what we want, what we need, where we're going, where we're headed, and why. So this can be very overwhelming. And for some of you Sagittarians, it is going to be overwhelming. It is going to be like, whoa, wait a minute. Why am I sitting here thinking liar, liar, liar when this person is talking? Why don't I want to be around this person anymore? It could be with different people, and it will happen with different people, where we're looking at things and we're like, that's not adding up, or that's not right, or this energy isn't good for me. I need to get out of here, and it'll just come across very strong. So just be aware of this during this time, because it is going to be intense. It is going to be powerful, and it is going to be something that you become very aware of, but can also knock you off your game. Okay. You might also need meditation, but you might also be seeking out somebody of wisdom, a wise person, okay, to help with the chaos that is going on, the chaos that you've, been pulled into. So let's go deeper. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels. Angels and spirit guides. No, this is your bonus card. Okay. So it's interesting that the Seven of Swords comes up as your bonus card. Okay, it's a repeat here because we have the Seven of Swords coming through again. So there is a lie that's coming forward that you are going to be made aware of. Be very mindful of this lie. Be very mindful of who it's coming from, because it may very well be coming from a place that you just didn't expect it, okay? Somebody's not being fully honest with you. You are moving towards what you love. It's taking longer. There is somebody who's watching who really wants to know if they're going to fall in love, if they're going to have their, happily ever after. And the answer is yes. You're setting up that really firm foundation in you, knowing what you want, knowing what you desire. And you've kind of accumulated more along the way, and you're thinking, oh my gosh, is somebody going to be able to put up with me, like as I come, like as I am? The answer is yes. Yes, they are. And this can be like you've acquired people or animals, or I just see you as having a really, really big heart, okay? And this person loves you for who you are. And it's because you've set up that foundation that it is so important. So just be aware of this. There is also a sense here that you're moving slowly and steadily towards what you love and what you want. And this isn't, people say like, oh, you have to compromise. And yeah, you'll be more than happy to compromise, but not on the big things. And this is for every single Sagittarian. You're not going to be willing to compromise on the big things, like where your heart really is and what you really desire in life. That's sacredly important to you. Okay? So you need to embrace that. You need to, embody that during this time. The Lovers is also Gemini energy. So you might be moving forward very much to like the dual of what you want and who you are and where you need to be. Gemini energy is also your sister sign. And so when that comes up, it either, brings us our greatest blessings or our greatest, it's either the person that we love to be around the most or the person that can frustrate us like nobody's business. It's like a sister, right? And when we have the 10 of swords and the 2 of coins, the 2 of pentacles, the 10 of swords is we've accumulated a lot. We have a lot of knowledge. We have a lot that we are carrying. And the 2 of pentacles, we're trying to juggle it all. We're trying to juggle it all and just be like, everything's fine, everything's fine, everything's fine. We need to look at what we've been through. We need to look at, the mindset of where we're coming from, because that really does state a lot. And we're going to be trying to balance everything, juggle everything, and we're forgetting about ourselves. We're forgetting that we matter. It moves us to the 7 of Pentacles, and it says be patient. Be patient here as we're embracing the traditions that are right for us. So even if we're accumulating traditions like magpies, taking a little bit of this, taking a little bit of that, what's shiny and beautiful to us, and letting it, grow within our hearts, that's going to be very important. Be patient. You're going to want everything kind of yesterday. And that's great. That's very human of us. But to be patient, to be kind, and to be present as we're growing and accumulating and becoming is going to be a very important thing. It moves us to the 4 of Cups. So the 4 of Cups with the 7 of Swords. There's a lie that's coming forward, right? We've been made very, very plainly clear. It's been made clear by Spirit that this lie comes forward, and it is telling us, be careful, be aware. With the 4 of Cups, we have 2 cups standing, and we have 1 cup coming forward as a gift. We have the 2 cups falling over, and we see what we see right now. Like, it's in the present, we're in the moment, and we're going to be like, this is where I need to be, this is what I see, this is where I'm supposed to be. We're going to be very fixated on one way of doing things. And Spirit's saying here, open up your mind and open up yourself. There are so many more ways to go about this than you are saying. There is so much more here than meets the eye. And Spirit is handing us this gift, but it can come through right now as an extra burden. It can come through right now as a bit chaotic. But it is an extra gift that is coming forward. But it's going to come through that lie. It's not going to be because of that lie. It's going to come, that gift is going to come forward. The lie is going to make us, not want to see it, not want to take it, kind of really doubt where we are or where we're going. It moves us then to the 8 of Swords, okay? And the 5 of Wands. The 8 of Swords here. Okay. We're going to really be in our own head when it comes to chaos. It's like all of a sudden we feel guilty. This could be very typical for us. If you're like me, I can feel guilty about everything. It could snow, a zillion miles away, and I'll be like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry that happened. I'll feel guilty for it. Here, it's like, look at that guilt. See why you apologize. See why you feel guilty about it. There's somebody else's chaos that you are trying to smooth out, and you're trying to not make it a big thing. It is kind of a big thing. This chaos is a big thing, and they're going to need to pick it up on their own. It's kind of like teaching little kids that they have to clean up after themselves. There comes a point where you can't clean up their toys all the time. They have to pick it up, and that's going to be very important. There's something here. You're getting in your own head. You're feeling guilty. You're feeling overwhelmed. It's not your responsibility. It really isn't. It moves you to the High Priestess and the 2 of Cups. There's a healing, beautiful love coming forward as you embrace your own gifts of intuition, of insight, your own psychic, spiritual abilities. And as you're opening to this part of your life and this part of who you are, there's something that's coming forward, Sagittarius, that has you falling in love, Has you falling in love with you? Has you falling in love with the way that you're moving forward? Has you falling in love with what you're seeing? There's also a healing. You might not be falling in love like you're falling madly in love with this person, but you're falling in love with your life. You're falling in love with where you need to be for yourself. You're falling in love with your decisions again, your home, your you, your everything about you. This could be through friendship. This could be through, starting to talk to old friends again. This could be through meeting somebody new who is just a friend. This doesn't have to be romantic. I need to make that very, very clear, because somebody's going to have somebody come into their lives. Okay. One of you Sagittarians is going to have somebody come into your life, and they're going to be a friend. They're going to be a brilliant, brilliant friend. It's not going to be romantic at all, but it is going to be this brilliant friendship that just elevates your existence and brings you so much beauty. Your subconscious energy to be mindful of is the Seven of Wands. And that's the energy of I have to fight, right? I have to fight. I have to be on guard. I have to make everything right. Spirit is saying here, fight when you need to. But there are times, especially subconsciously, where we think, I'm not going to give them an inch. If I show any kind of softness, it's weakness. And they're just going to take advantage of me. It's no. Stand up for what you believe in. Stand up for what you need and what you want. But to make life a constant battle is going to exhaust you and will ruin your heart. It will. It will. It will just not be good for you. Our subconscious tarot message is the Five of Cups and the Empress. Change your mind and change your life, because you are giving birth to, you are creating something completely beautiful for you. You are opening up a door in a magnificent way, Sagittarius. This is a time, and we can see that with the High Priestess. Oh, this is wrong. With the High Priestess and with the Hierophant. Your gift during this time is going to be much more spiritual based. It's going to be much more emotion based. It's going to be much more the way you connect with people. People are going to say, I like you. They're not going to be able to say why, but they're going to be like, I like you. This is why. It's the Empress. It's that nurturing, sense of bringing people in. It doesn't matter your gender, how you identify. It matters that they feel secure with you. Change your mind, change your life. Change what you are focusing on. You can focus on everything falling apart for the rest of your life, and your life will always be just picking up the pieces. But if you focus on, this is what I need, this is what I love, this is who I am, you're going to see yourself just expand. You're going to be like a flower going towards the sun. You're just expanding and growing in the most beautiful, beautiful, beautiful way. The Empress is this understanding of this creative brilliance growing within us, of opening up the doors to where we need to be and saying, I see me and I nurture me and I love me. All right, Sagittarius. I hope this reading has resonated with you. I wish you nothing but light, love, peace, and happiness. May harmony always be with you. I am sending loving, healing energy to each and every one of you. I love you all, and stay safe. Let's end this reading with a meditation, a clearing away of negative energy, a raising of our positive energy, as we embrace the power, intensity, and beauty of this time and of ourselves. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. May you move forward in peace and in harmony, Sagittarius, and may blessings and prosperity always be with you.